Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover. From one that shows rapper Nardo Wick reveal Eminem's influence during a Q&A with XXL when he was asked to speak on some iconic names, and Eminem was brought up, and we got to find out how Eminem influenced some of his music, and we'll get to more on this in a moment. Today we also have one that came out of left field that sparked one of the pettiest hip-hop debates yet, all thanks to a quote misleading advert from Gatorade that featured Kendrick Lamar, and this was all thanks to a statement made by one of the executives about Kendrick Lamar being the first ever to feature in a Gatorade ad, and this sparked split reactions on social media, as many Drake fans are convinced that this is part of the inorganic push that Kendrick's been receiving, while on the other end, other hip-hop fans who have seen several rappers feature in the ads have also come forward to voice their opinions. And to be honest, the statement from the executive has now set up a lot of outlets to play defense for Gatorade, so this is working in their favor, to be honest, and we'll get to more on this later. And today we also have more on Drake's battle with UMG, as Kanye West decided to chime in and share his thoughts on the battle. And before we get started, if you've been with us for some time now and you are interested in supporting the channel, consider hitting the join button to support the content. And we got something to clear up from our last video about the top rappers in the United States for the first quarter of 2025. As it turns out, we made a mistake and missed out on including Juice WRLD in the report, who actually came ahead of 50 Cent as the fourth rapper, making the top 5 Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, Juice WRLD, and 50 Cent. And now that we cleared that up, today we'll be starting with Nardo Wick talking about Eminem. We got to find out about how a classic influenced his song, all thanks to XXL. Check it out.
If I was in the room with Eminem, I probably asked him to listen to my song Drew and tell him give me his honest opinion on it. I came up with the idea for my song Drew from Eminem's song Stan. It was inspired by that because I always thought it was real creative to make that type of song, to paint a picture like that, and I wanted to try it and see if I could do it.
And some Eminem fans saw this and decided to troll with reactions like more Eminem influence, cry. And this is due to the fact that we've heard some spicy comments from the likes of Benzino and even Lord Jamar about how a certain demographic never listened to Eminem's music, and it's not like we needed some more receipts to prove that they are dead wrong, as we got the top rapper at the moment, Kendrick Lamar, who was literally influenced by Eminem. And some of these users kept going. Benzino is somewhere crying right now.
Let's talk about Eminem, man. Let's talk about Eminem, yo. That's why we here tonight. Don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want Nah, man. Ooh.
And if you were with us for the last video where we explored Luminate's index for the top 250 artists in the United States for the first quarter of 2025, a list that Eminem topped at number 1 and number 5 overall, rapper Nardo Wick actually made the top 250, and for rappers he came in at number 46 and overall ranked at 239, just 3 spots behind Kanye West, so he certainly started to make some waves. And it is crazy how Stan continues to be an influence for many upcoming rappers even till this day. And before we head to the next point, we got an interesting milestone for Eminem in the United Kingdom, as Eminem's current Call the Hits completed 666 weeks on the official albums chart in the country. A fitting milestone for Antichrist on the death of Slim Shady. And moving on to the next point, in our last coverage, we covered the report about UMG's warning to Drake over the defamation lawsuit that they threatened Drake to drop. And if you recall, they even stated that Drake should be careful what he wished for, because a UMG discovery will also mean a Drake discovery, a statement that some users believed to be stupid, coming from UMG's team, while others speculated about how they were gonna expose the fact that they were also botting streams for Drake. And now we got a message from Kanye West, who spoke on the dispute between UMG and Drake. Check out a snippet.
You know, I'm so happy right now. You don't understand with this UMG, Drake, Kendrick situation, Super Bowl, Grammys. This shit was driving me, and you know where it should be driving me, but this is one of the biggest, if not, this is the biggest victory in music history right here. I'm never finna call Drake out of his name. I'm team Drake 100% and team Kendrick and team all of us. Like Kendrick need to be going at UMG at this point. This is what I said in my version of like that. I said, Lucien, lifetime deal. Like, let's stop aiming all this at each other. That's all, like, bro, you have no idea. Everything is worth everything for a moment like this where we stop going at each other and we go at the slave masters.
And on one end, this sparked reactions like, yay, goddamn, please just
shut up! Shut the f*** You have no right to take me. Shut up! Will you shut up? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
And users kept him on blast as another user expanded. He's just begging friends all over the place. The yes men that he's surrounded by aren't giving him the satisfaction he needs. Kanye just needs a long hug. I don't know what happened to one of my favorite human beings. And these users kept going. Kanye saying all this just because he's jealous that Kendrick got to perform at the Super Bowl. And some have now concluded that Flip Flop Candy Drop was a person. And moving on, we got perhaps the most petty hip-hop debate yet in 2025. All thanks to the latest celebrity brand campaign in Gatorade's history. And it was due to a comment that was made in the report by an executive. Check it out. It is the largest celebrity brand campaign in Gatorade's history, and Lamar's involvement will be the first time a musician is featured in Gatorade ads. Bassin said, Lamar's profile has skyrocketed over the past year with several #1 hits and a halftime performance at the NFL Super Bowl in February. He has worked with brands like Nike and American Express and will begin a global concert in Minnesota on Saturday. Hip-hop culture is a big part of sport culture, said Bassin. This is where we are working to make shifts in how to interact with Gen Z. And while on one end it is obvious that this triggered a lot of Drake fans, as we got takes like, this is freaking ridiculous, how much more obvious is it that UMG is trying to peddle Kendrick incessantly? Tell him to focus on making better music, lol, F these ads. And these users kept going. No way y'all still believe this is organic and all this is done with zero help by labels, laughing emojis. And we got more on this note. First one to drop a Gatorade commercial, laughing emoji. The participation trophies this guy is celebrated for is outrageous. And now we got to the segment that didn't just involve Drake fans, quote, hating, as some believe calling this a first for a musician is actually a flat-out lie by the Gatorade executive, as users are now pulling up receipts that show rappers involved in adverts in the past, like this one for instance that shows LL Cool J from decades ago, and a user posted it and added the caption, Kendrick fans just be lying for nothing, facepalm emoji. But as you saw from the report, it wasn't Kendrick fans who peddled this narrative, but rather straight from Gatorade's executives. And to this a user added, if you lie enough then it starts to sound like the truth. But like we pointed out, it is not Kendrick fans who are pushing this quote lie. And a user also pulled up a Gatorade advert featuring DJ Khaled and added the caption, I think Eminem was in one voicing, not just his music, and DJ Khaled was in one as well for Gatorade. And pointing this out has led to some interesting debates, as under the post, Kendrick Lamar is now the first musician to ever be in a Gatorade ad. No, he's not. And as you can see, it is a screenshot from the 2023 advert that featured Eminem, to which a user responded, nobody cares about Eminem. Man, stop trying to take Kendrick's moment. To which the user responded, let people lie for no reason. To which the user responded, dude, Kendrick is the star of the Gatorade commercial, Eminem wasn't. And it is quite interesting that a pointless ad is causing this much confusion and debates on social media. And there is only one winner right now, and even some popular outlets have been caught up in this debate after they posted the news of Kendrick Lamar being the first musician to be featured. As once again, another user pulled up the LL Cool J advert and added, this was on TV running as a commercial. There is no way you don't say this isn't a traditional ad. And we got outlets playing defense for Gatorade at this point with takes like, I think when they say traditional/classic, it means a commercial with the iconic colored sweat. The statement was from Gatorade themselves.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
To which some users have now concluded, so the statement should be, quote, the first musician to appear in the iconic Gatorade sweat, otherwise it is misleading. And some have now concluded, they would say that because they know how dumb it would sound trying to make this ish bigger than it actually is. And if they were lying on purpose, I'd say it got the job done, as this sparked heated debates among hip-hop fans who were trying to prove that Kendrick isn't the first to star in a Gatorade ad, a conversation that's hugely beneficial to the company. And we even got Academics TV out here posting about how certain outlets got community noted due to the claims that came directly from Gatorade. And they posted this: Pop Base gets called out for blatantly lying. But like we've already pointed out, these outlets were only reporting from the statement that Gatorade released. So if anyone is gonna be accused of lying, it is the company. And this debate got serious to the point that some users went back in time to 2004 to pull up reports along the lines of LL Cool J, first music artist in Gatorade ad. And from the company's perspective, this campaign has been a huge win based on the conversations it sparked. And overall, I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on these topics in the comment section. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and see you on the next one.